The story begins in the heart of the Galactic Council, a powerful alliance of advanced alien species that governs vast sections of the galaxy. From the outside, the Council appears wise and fair, but in private, their attitudes toward humanity are anything but. They view Earth as a small, insignificant planet, no different from countless others in the galaxy. To them, humans are a primitive species with no advanced technologies or abilities worth considering. Earth's people are dismissed as nothing more than an inconvenience. The Council laughs at the idea of Earth being a threat. But as the Council gathers to discuss the fate of Earth, something darker begins to unfold. Behind closed doors, the leaders of the Council make a shocking decision. They vote to invade Earth, not because it holds great wealth or power, but because they believe it is weak, and they see it as a planet ripe for the taking. Earth's resources, its metals, its natural beauty, and even its people are seen as tools for exploitation. The idea of wiping out humanity and claiming the planet for themselves doesn't seem cruel. It seems like a logical, even necessary move to maintain the Council's power across the galaxy. The decision is made swiftly, without much thought. The Council doesn't expect any resistance, confident that Earth's primitive technology can't pose any real threat. But there is one thing they didn't count on: Captain Bonner, a human military officer, who is about to turn the tide of history. Captain Bonner sits in his command center, scanning through intelligence reports when something unusual catches his eye. A transmission from an unknown source flashes across his screen. It's a top-secret message intercepted from the Galactic Council's communications network, and what it reveals is nothing short of catastrophic. The message details the Council's plans to invade Earth, describing in cold, clinical terms how the invasion will unfold. It explains how Earth's cities will be leveled, its resources harvested, and its people enslaved. Bonner's heart races as he reads. The message is clear. Humanity is about to face annihilation. Without wasting a second, Bonner contacts his superiors and begins to mobilize humanity's defenses. He knows the Council's fleet is already on its way. He immediately briefs his team, and they begin to prepare for the impossible. The humans have no advanced technologies like the aliens, no massive fleets of starships or weapons capable of matching the Council's. But Bonner has always believed in the power of human ingenuity and adaptability. Even though Earth is vastly outmatched, he's determined to fight. As the first alien warships begin to emerge from hyperspace, Bonner's team scrambles to deploy humanity's defenses. The Earth's fleet, outdated, slow, and vastly outnumbered, begins to form up in orbit. These warships were built decades ago, their technology far behind the Council's sleek, futuristic ships. But they still carry the heart of humanity's spirit, the will to survive, no matter the odds. Despite the difference in firepower, the humans refuse to back down. From the outside, the contrast is jarring. The alien ships are magnificent, towering behemoths with glistening metallic hulls and deadly weaponry. They move through space with a confidence that only years of technological superiority can bring. Meanwhile, the human fleet is smaller, worn, and in some cases, barely functional. The ships are patched together, held together by the courage and determination of the human crews aboard them. These ships were never meant to face anything like the Galactic Council's forces, but they are all humanity has. Bonner looks out the window of his command center, his mind racing. He knows the odds are slim. He knows this may be the end for humanity, but he also knows this is a fight worth having. The humans may be outmatched, but they are not out of the game. The tension builds as both fleets move into position. The audience can feel the impending clash. Will humanity survive, or will the Council's overwhelming power crush them in an instant? The calm before the storm is excruciating, each second stretching on longer than the last. It's a moment of suspense, a pause in the action that leaves the audience on the edge of their seats. And just when it seems that humanity's fate is sealed, something unexpected happens. A sudden burst of communication breaks through the silence of space. An encrypted message from Bonner himself. broadcast to the entire world. This is just the beginning, Bonner declares, his voice unwavering despite the impossible situation. His message reaches every corner of the earth, and his words ignite something within humanity. The message is simple, but it's enough. It's a rallying cry. It's a promise that no matter the odds, humans will not give up. The fight is only just beginning. With those words, the tension reaches its peak, leaving the audience in suspense, waiting to see how the battle will unfold. Will humanity rise against the odds, or will they fall beneath the might of the Galactic Council? The uncertainty makes the next moments even more thrilling, and the story leaves the audience wanting more. This is where the first part of the story ends, but it's far from the end of humanity's struggle. The battle has just begun, and the fight for survival will push humans to their limits. Humanity's defense is crumbling. The Galactic Council's fleet, with its advanced technology and superior firepower, seems unstoppable. Earth's outdated warships are no match for the alien invaders, and Bonner and his team watch as their comrades fall one by one. Despite their courage and determination, it feels like humanity is on the brink of extinction. The battle seems lost. As the war rages on, Captain Bonner refuses to accept defeat. He believes in his people, in humanity's ability to fight back. But the situation looks dire, and Bonner knows that Earth needs something more than just determination. It needs an advantage, something that can turn the tide of the war. Desperation leads him to uncover a long-forgotten piece of humanity's history. Deep beneath the surface of a remote military base in a desolate corner of the world, Bonner's team stumbles upon a hidden arsenal, an underground facility that had been kept secret for decades. This base, once thought abandoned, holds the key to humanity's survival. The facility is vast, filled with state-of-the-art technology that had never seen the light of day. Cloaking devices, AI-driven combat robots, and quantum weapons. These technologies were once thought impossible by human standards, but they are now humanity's last hope. Bonner feels a surge of hope as he realizes the potential of these weapons. If used correctly, they might just be able to level the playing field against the Galactic Council. The cloaking devices, in particular, offer a glimmer of hope. With these, human warships can disappear from the enemy's radar, making it nearly impossible for the Council to track them. The AI-driven robots are programmed to fight with precision, equipped with weapons designed to counteract the advanced alien ships. The quantum weapons have the ability to create destructive energy blasts capable of damaging even the toughest enemy vessels. It's technology that could rival anything the Galactic Council possesses, and it's now in humanity's hands. Just as Bonner and his team begin to celebrate this unexpected windfall, a new twist emerges. A mysterious transmission breaks through the chaos of battle. A message from an unexpected source. The voice on the other end is clear and calm, but it's alien, unmistakably so. Bonner's heart skips a beat as he listens closely. It's a woman, speaking in perfect English. Her name is Silara. She introduces herself as a scientist who defected from the Galactic Council. She explains that she had once been a part of the Council's efforts to develop weapons of mass destruction, but she grew disillusioned with their methods and their disregard for life. Now she's offering her knowledge to humanity, providing crucial information about the weaknesses of the Council's technology. Silara's insight is invaluable. She reveals that the Council's greatest strength, their superior technology, is also their biggest weakness. The aliens rely so heavily on their advanced systems that they fail to account for human ingenuity and unpredictability. Silara believes humanity's ability to think outside the box, to improvise and adapt, is something the Council cannot understand. It's a quality that makes humans unique, and it's something that can be used to their advantage. Silara's help comes at the perfect time. As Bonner and his team prepare to launch their counterattack, they begin to implement the new technologies. The cloaked warships glide through space, invisible to the Council's sensors. The AI-driven robots are deployed onto the front lines, engaging the enemy with precision strikes. And the quantum weapons, with their devastating power, begin to shake the foundation of the Council's superiority. Humanity is finally able to strike back with force. A breathtaking battle ensues, and the tides begin to turn. The human warships, cloaked and invisible, ambush the Council's fleet in a series of surprise attacks. The aliens, caught off guard, scramble to retaliate, but they are unable to counter the human ship's newfound tactics. The humans use their unpredictable, creative strategies to confuse and overwhelm the technologically superior invaders. The battle is fast-paced, filled with explosions, high-speed maneuvers, and intense firefights. Humanity's spirit shines through as they fight back with everything they have. For a moment, it seems as though the balance of power has shifted in humanity's favor. The Council's fleet begins to falter, their ships taking heavy damage from the relentless assault. The cloaked warships and AI robots are proving to be a formidable force, and Bonner starts to believe that victory is within reach. But just as humanity seems to gain the upper hand, the tide shifts once again. A sudden twist sends shockwaves through the battle. Lara, who had been a valuable ally, contacts Bonner with urgent news. The Council has deployed a doomsday weapon, she warns, a weapon capable of destroying entire planets, and it's targeting Earth. Bonner's heart sinks as he listens to her words. The doomsday weapon, a powerful device capable of annihilating whole worlds, has been activated. The Council is no longer concerned with conquering Earth. They intend to wipe it out completely. Lara explains that this weapon is unlike anything humanity has ever seen. It is hidden within one of the Council's largest ships, and it's now on a direct course to Earth. The suspense reaches a fever pitch as Bonner realizes the enormity of the threat facing humanity. The doomsday weapon is the ultimate weapon, a force that could render all of humanity's efforts meaningless in an instant. The stakes have never been higher. The battle for Earth is far from over, and the suspense builds as Bonner and his team must find a way to stop the weapon before it's too late. The hook is set, and the audience is left on the edge of their seats, wondering how humanity will face this new terrifying threat. Will they be able to survive the Council's wrath, or will this new weapon be their undoing? The fate of Earth hangs in the balance. The battle for Earth has escalated. The once peaceful cities are now war zones, filled with the sounds of gunfire, explosions, and the cries of soldiers determined to protect their home. The Council's forces, enhanced with cybernetic implants and armed with the most advanced weapons the galaxy has ever seen, march forward relentlessly. But humanity is not going to go down without a fight. On the ground, human forces are outnumbered, outgunned, and yet they continue to resist. Their tactics are unpredictable, chaotic, and unlike anything the Council has ever encountered. While the Council soldiers rely on their precise, calculated methods, humans fight with raw emotion, improvisation, and an unshakable will to survive. Guerrilla warfare becomes their weapon of choice. They strike fast and disappear into the shadows before the Council can retaliate. It's not just a battle of technology. It's a battle of wills, and humanity's resolve is stronger than ever. Captain Bonner leads the charge, rallying his team to defend key urban centers from the overwhelming alien forces. The human soldiers are equipped with the new technology they uncovered, but even with the advanced weaponry, the odds seem impossible. The aliens are everywhere. Their force is overwhelming, but Bonner refuses to let that break his spirit. As long as humanity has a breath left to take, they will fight. The fighting is brutal. Bonner's team moves through the wreckage of once great cities, using every alleyway and ruined building for cover. Laser weapons flash through the air, cutting down anything in their path. Explosions rock the streets, sending debris flying in every direction. The chaos is all around them, but Bonner's team keeps moving forward. Each step they take brings them closer to pushing back the alien invaders, but each step is also a reminder of the cost of the fight. As the hours turn into days, Bonner and his team lose more of their own. The emotional weight of the battle hits hardest when Bonner's best friend, Surgeon Marcus, is killed in an act of heroism. The enemy has set up a heavily fortified base, and Marcus volunteers to take a suicide mission to destroy it. He fights his way through the Council's lines, planting explosives to bring the base down. As the explosion rips through the enemy stronghold, Marcus's final words echo in Bonner's mind. For Earth, the loss is devastating, and Bonner feels the weight of his friend's sacrifice. It fuels his rage, but more importantly, it fuels his desire for vengeance. The camera zooms in on Bonner's face as he stands over Marcus's fallen body, his hands shaking with grief and fury. The image of his best friend's lifeless form serves as a reminder of why they fight. Humanity's underdog spirit is pushed to its breaking point, but it will not break. It will only grow stronger. The emotional connection between Bonner and his fallen comrades is palpable. The sense of loss is felt deeply by all the soldiers, and it strengthens their resolve. Every fallen soldier is a symbol of humanity's resilience. The war is no longer just about survival. It's about honoring the memory of those who have given everything for Earth's freedom. It's about showing the Galactic Council that humanity will never be crushed, no matter how overwhelming the odds. In the midst of the chaos, Bonner's team continues to push forward, each small victory fueling the next. The city streets are littered with debris and wreckage, but humanity is reclaiming them, inch by inch. Human fighters battle through the ruins, their resolve unwavering, their eyes filled with determination. They fight not just for survival, but for the future of their planet, for the future of their children, for the future of Earth. As the battle reaches a fever pitch, humanity's resilience begins to show. The human soldiers, fighting with all their might, slowly start to push back the Council's forces. The tide of the battle begins to turn. Each ambush, each successful strike, boosts the morale of the humans. The Council's superior technology is still a formidable opponent, but humanity's unpredictable tactics are starting to make a difference. The aliens can't keep up with the human spirit, with the ingenuity and willpower that drives them. But just as the humans begin to see a glimmer of hope, disaster strikes. The ground rumbles beneath their feet as the doomsday weapon is activated. The sky above Earth is suddenly filled with massive ships, their weapons aimed directly at the planet's surface. A massive orbital bombardment begins. Beams of energy rain down from the sky, threatening to annihilate everything in their path. The human forces, still reeling from the loss of so many comrades, are now faced with the terrifying prospect of total destruction. The devastation is overwhelming. Bonner watches in horror as the first wave of bombardment hits, obliterating entire city blocks in an instant. The shockwave from the explosion rattles the ground beneath them. Humanity's forces, who had been gaining ground, are now forced to scatter in a desperate attempt to survive. The orbital bombardment is unrelenting, and it seems like the end is near. The suspense reaches its peak as Bonner's team is scattered. They fight through the chaos, trying to avoid the deadly blasts from above. The camera captures the terrifying reality of the bombardment, with buildings crumbling and soldiers fleeing for their lives. Humanity's forces are not only outnumbered, they are now facing a weapon that could wipe them off the face of the planet in mere moments. Just as Bonner begins to lose hope, the camera zooms in on his face, determination burning in his eyes. The suspense is unbearable. Will humanity survive this new threat? The fate of Earth hangs in the balance as the humans are pushed to their breaking point. With the doomsday weapon threatening to annihilate everything, humanity's fight for survival becomes a race against time. Will they find a way to stop the bombardment before it's too late? The battle for Earth has never been more intense, and the suspense continues to build as Bonner and his team prepare for their final stand. With Earth's future hanging by a thread, humanity prepares for its last stand. The Galactic Council's forces are overwhelming, and the doomsday weapon is poised to destroy everything humanity holds dear. The cities are in ruins, the streets littered with debris, and the sky is filled with the terrifying beams of energy raining down from above. The human forces are battered, bruised, and outnumbered, but they still have one final card to play: Cloaking technology. Bonner and his team, their resolve stronger than ever, use the cloaking devices to infiltrate the heart of the Galactic Council's flagship. This ship is not just any vessel. It's the command center from which the doomsday weapon is controlled, the very source of the threat to Earth. The humans, cloaked and silent, move through the dark corridors of the alien ship, their footsteps barely a whisper. Their mission is clear: destroy the weapon and put an end to the Council's reign of terror. The tension builds as Bonner and his team navigate the ship, avoiding patrols of alien soldiers who have no idea they are there. The stealth mission is going smoothly, until it isn't. As they reach the core of the flagship, the cloaking devices flicker, and a sudden alarm blares through the ship. The element of surprise is gone. The Council's forces are alerted to their presence, and the chase is on. A fierce firefight breaks out in the narrow corridors of the flagship. Humans and aliens clash, weapons blazing, as both sides fight for control of the ship. The once quiet halls are filled with the sound of laser blasts and the heavy thuds of alien soldiers crashing to the ground. Bonner's team fights with everything they have, pushing forward with relentless determination. They may be outmatched technologically, but they are fueled by the fury of those who have been pushed to the brink. The humans are able to breach the heart of the flagship, where the central control room of the doomsday weapon lies. But the real test is just beginning. The room is guarded by the Council's most formidable soldiers, cyber-enhanced warriors who tower over the human soldiers. These creatures, half machine, half organic, are the perfect blend of alien strength and technological superiority. Yet despite their size and power, they are not ready for the raw aggression and unrelenting spirit of humanity. Bonner's team engages in brutal hand-to-hand combat, using their advanced tech and sheer human willpower to defeat the cyber-enhanced soldiers. Each blow lands with the sound of cracking metal and snapping bone. The humans, despite their smaller size and lack of enhancements, fight with a ferocity that the aliens cannot match. Every punch, every kick, is a testament to humanity's unyielding will to survive. But the greatest challenge is yet to come. As the team fights their way into the control room, Bonner comes face to face with the true leader of the Galactic Council, an eye-controlled being that has long held the belief that artificial intelligence is the future of the galaxy and that organic life, especially humans, is inferior and should be eradicated. The AI, cold and calculating, looks at Bonner with disdain. It views humanity as nothing more than a primitive species, a threat to the future of the galaxy. Bonner, however, has something the AI will never understand: humanity's unpredictable, chaotic nature. He is the embodiment of everything the AI despises: emotion, instinct, and the drive to fight against impossible odds. As the two face off, the tension is palpable. The AI is powerful, its movements precise and efficient, but Bonner fights with the reckless abandon of a species that has nothing to lose. Every strike, every move he makes is a challenge to the AI's belief in its superiority. The battle between Bonner and the AI is intense. The AI fights with precision, using its advanced technological knowledge to anticipate Bonner's moves. But Bonner refuses to be predicted. He fights with all his human flaws: his anger, his passion, and his drive to protect his people. He is unpredictable, and that unpredictability is what gives him the edge. With a final, desperate move, Bonner overpowers the AI, striking it with a fatal blow. The control room erupts in a burst of energy as the AI's systems fail. For a moment, everything goes silent. The Council's flagship shakes, its engine sputtering as the AI's control over the ship fades. Humanity has dealt the Council a devastating blow, but there's no time to celebrate. Bonner is gravely injured in the fight. His wounds are severe, and his vision is starting to blur. But before he loses consciousness, he manages to send a final message back to Earth. "We've proven it. We're the apex predator." The message is simple, but it carries the weight of everything humanity has fought for. Earth's forces may be broken, their cities in ruins, but they have proven to the galaxy that they are not to be underestimated. Despite being outnumbered, despite facing enemies far more advanced than themselves, humanity has proven that their greatest strength is not their technology, but their unbreakable spirit. As Bonner falls unconscious, the fate of Earth hangs in the balance. The Galactic Council's flagship is crippled, its weapon disabled, but the war is far from over. The human forces, though battered and broken, have shown the galaxy that they are not weak. They are the apex predator, and no matter what comes next, they will never back down. The suspense is at its peak. Will Bonner survive his injuries? Will humanity's victory be enough to turn the tide in the war against the Galactic Council? The galaxy may have underestimated Earth, but one thing is certain: humanity's rage, their fight for survival, and their will to protect their world have made them the true apex predators of the galaxy. And as the last of the Galactic Council's forces retreat, humanity prepares for what comes next. The battle for Earth is over, but the war for the future of the galaxy has just begun. The tide of battle shifts as humanity's forces, battered but resolute, push forward against the once overwhelming might of the Galactic Council. In a desperate final push, Earth's defenders manage to disable the deadly doomsday weapon that had threatened to annihilate them all. But even as the destructive weapon is rendered useless, the war is far from over. The Council, though staggered by their losses, has not yet surrendered control of Earth. The fate of the planet hangs on a razor's edge, and the stakes are higher than ever. Humanity's battle against the Council's advanced forces continues in full force, but this time, there's a new strategy in play. The key to their survival, Silara reveals, lies not in brute strength or raw firepower, but in exploiting the Council's over-reliance on their AI-controlled systems. The Council had grown so dependent on their artificial intelligence that they believed it would outsmart and overpower the unpredictable nature of human tactics. But Silara knows that this overconfidence could be their downfall. Humanity, with all their flaws and imperfections, has one advantage that no machine can replicate: their ability to think creatively, to adapt and improvise in ways that the Council's perfect algorithms simply cannot anticipate. As the human forces regroup, they quickly put this strategy into action. Using the advanced cloaking technology and AI-driven combat robots they had uncovered earlier in the war, the humans strike back with a new level of ingenuity. Their forces launch a final counteroffensive that sends shockwaves through the ranks of the Council's military. The aliens, so accustomed to their superior technology and battle strategies, are caught off guard by the unpredictable, unrelenting nature of humanity's attacks. The human soldiers, aided by Silara and the new technologies, exploit every weakness in the Council's forces, creating chaos and confusion among the alien ranks. The battle escalates to new heights of intensity. Despite his grave injuries, Captain Bonner refuses to sit on the sidelines. With his determination burning brighter than ever, he leads his team into the heart of the conflict. He fights side by side with Silara and other human soldiers, inspiring them with his bravery and resilience. The humans fight with everything they have, pushing through their pain and exhaustion, driven by the belief that they can win. As they charge forward, they face alien soldiers enhanced with cybernetic implants, but the humans' ability to adapt proves to be a stronger weapon than any alien technology. Explosions light up the sky as the battle rages on, and the final showdown is nothing short of cinematic. In space, the human forces storm the alien ships, cloaked and undetected, launching devastating surprise attacks on the Council's fleet. On the ground, the humans engage in fast-paced, brutal combat against the alien invaders, dodging laser fire and exchanging close-quarters blows with cyber-enhanced soldiers. The sheer chaos of the battle creates a vivid, chaotic scene, filled with smoke, explosions, and the sounds of laser fire and shouting soldiers. The tides of war seem to shift as the human forces gain ground, their unpredictable tactics overwhelming the more systematic, calculated strategies of the Council. The alien troops falter, their ranks breaking under the pressure of humanity's resilience. Despite their superior technology, they cannot keep up with the raw willpower and adaptability of the humans. The Council's forces begin to retreat, disoriented and on the verge of collapse. In the midst of the battle, Bonner feels the weight of his injuries, but he refuses to let them slow him down. His team looks to him as a symbol of hope, a reminder that even against impossible odds, humanity has the power to overcome. With a final push, Bonner and his team manage to breach the heart of the Council's command ship. They fight their way through hordes of cybernetic alien soldiers, determined to bring an end to the war once and for all. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, the Council's forces begin to retreat. They are no longer the unstoppable juggernaut they once were, and their dreams of conquering Earth crumble in the face of humanity's unyielding spirit. As the aliens flee, the humans know that they've won, but the victory is bittersweet. The cost of this war has been great, and many lives have been lost, but the message is clear. Humanity is no longer a weak, insignificant species to be toyed with. As the Council retreats, a chilling message is broadcast across the galaxy. Humanity is no longer weak. They are the apex predator. This declaration sends shockwaves throughout the galaxy, a warning to any who might think to challenge humanity again. The Council, once proud and mighty, has been bested by the very species they underestimated. This victory is not just a military triumph, but a declaration of humanity's place in the universe. Against all odds, they have proven that their strength lies not in their technology, but in their heart, their spirit, and their unwavering belief in themselves. They may be outnumbered, outgunned, and outclassed in terms of technology, but humanity has something the aliens can never replicate: the will to survive, to fight, and to rise above their circumstances. As the dust settles and the victory is secured, Bonner looks out over the battlefield. The world may never be the same, but humanity has proven that it is not to be underestimated. Earth, once seen as a primitive, insignificant planet, has now become a symbol of hope, strength, and resilience. The galaxy will remember this day, and humanity's place among the stars is now secure. The final battle has been fought, but the message is clear: humanity is here to stay. And no one, not even the mightiest alien empire, can ever forget that. As the final remnants of the Galactic Council's forces retreat into the void of space, Earth begins the arduous task of rebuilding. The scars of war are visible across the planet, from ruined cities to fallen soldiers, but there is also a newfound strength. Humanity, once seen as insignificant and weak, has now proven itself as a force to be reckoned with. The aftermath of the war has united Earth in a way that nothing else could, as nations, once divided by borders and ideologies, now stand together in the face of an uncertain future. Captain Bonner, the hero who led humanity's charge against the invaders, stands at the forefront of this new era. Though weary and bruised from the long struggle, his eyes reflect a fierce determination. His message, delivered before the gathered leaders of the United Nations, is not just for Earth, but for the entire galaxy. With the weight of his words, Bonner addresses the world, his voice carrying the power of everything humanity has fought for. "We fought not for glory, but for survival," he begins, his gaze sweeping across the room filled with the leaders of Earth. "We've shown the galaxy what happens when you underestimate humanity. We are not just a planet of survivors. We are warriors. We are thinkers. We are the apex predator. Never again will we be weak." As Bonner's words echo through the chamber, they are broadcast across the globe and beyond, reaching the ears of countless alien species who now know that Earth will not bow to any invader. The message is clear, and it resonates deep within the hearts of those who once saw humanity as nothing more than a footnote in the galactic history. Beside Bonner, Sci-Fi stands as a symbol of humanity's newfound alliances. The alien scientist who defected from the Galactic Council now stands united with Earth, her knowledge and technology playing a crucial role in the fight against the invaders. Sci-Fi has witnessed humanity's strength firsthand, and has pledged her allegiance to their cause. She speaks with a voice that carries the weight of the vast galaxy, declaring, "I stand with humanity. Together, we will prepare for whatever threats the future may bring. No empire, no council, no force will ever threaten Earth again." Her words bring a sense of hope to the people of Earth. The war has taken a heavy toll, but the unity and resolve that have emerged from the ashes of destruction are stronger than ever. Silara's pledge to assist humanity in future conflicts marks the beginning of a new chapter, one where Earth is no longer the underdog, but a true player on the galactic stage. The camera zooms in on Bonner as he finishes his speech, his face set with determination. The audience, a mixture of Earth's leaders and citizens, watches with rapt attention. The world is on the brink of a new age, one where humanity's place in the cosmos is no longer uncertain. The conflict with the Galactic Council may have ended, but the path forward is clear. Earth must prepare for whatever comes next, and they will not back down. The final scenes show the rebuilding efforts underway across the globe. Cities once reduced to rubble are now being reconstructed with the help of advanced alien technology and humanity's own ingenuity. New alliances are formed, not just with Silara, but with other alien races who now see Earth in a different light. The once fractured world of humanity now stands united, ready to face any future challenges together.